Good evening and welcome back to postseason NoQuipFootball here on NoQuip Sports, your no funny business source of just football news. You get in, you get out, 5 to 7 minutes, and hopefully we can help you with those pick'ems along the way. Just a reminder, people, NoQuipFootball, since the inception of NoQuip Sports in Week 10 of the NFL season, has gotten 97 out of 123 games correct, which is 78.8%. So I hope that you all have been enjoying those pick'ems as we've been doing a fairly good job here at picking the games. Anyways, once again, NoQuip Hockey starts today, so I hope you all enjoy that. We'll have two videos today, one from me and one from my good friend Josh. So anyways, friends, let's jump right into it. Our second game for the Sunday wild card, we have the New York Football Giants visiting the Green Bay Packers, 4:40 p.m. at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And for those of you who will be watching on TV, it'll be on Fox, so make sure you tune to that. Folks, this season, the New York Giants have an 11-5 record. They're the 5th seed. And you know what? I've never quite known what to make of the Giants, especially in this Eli Manning era. The guy, during the regular season, he looks, let's be honest here, he looks kind of dopey. He makes some bad plays. Somehow he wins, this time 11 games. And then he gets to the playoffs and he completely turns on the Jets and he looks like an absolute all-star, elite quarterback. To me, he doesn't look that way. He never will look that way. Partly because of my New England bias, we'll be honest here, but also just because it seems like he kind of gives up on himself. During this season, a lot of games that he played, did very, very well, and the defense has been playing outstandingly well too, which has been covering him in a lot of games. But the other thing to keep in mind, though, is that offense very, very much runs on emotion. I think we all know what happened earlier this season with Odell Beckham crying and screaming about not getting the ball enough. Then he got into a fight with the kicking net, and then he married it. It was kind of weird, but it all worked out in the end. That defense, like I said, has been outstanding. I think that's what's going to help them and cover them in those offensive pitfall situations. But on to the Green Bay Packers this season, 10-6, starting off pretty horrifically, but then just going on an absolute tear in the back end of the season. Green Bay Packers are interesting. I was talking to some of the folks on Twitter this week, and one of the fans of the Seattle Seahawks was actually making an argument for the Green Bay Packers, saying that they were the hottest team in the NFL right now, even though they're so injured and they have a lack of people at the correct positions. So that's what's interesting about them, is they're still pulling it off, even though there's been so much talk of Aaron Rodgers doesn't trust his receivers, he doesn't trust his team. But then that shows because, some of those running backs specifically, not so much Ty Montgomery, but Christian Michael, who they picked up late in the season from the Seahawks dropping them, he couldn't figure out the playbook. And, you'd think it was fairly simple, just call a side and go, but there was a lot of handoffs that were missed, things like that. So, and then the Green Bay defense hasn't really been too much to talk about, but whenever they're in Lambeau, it always seems to be a much different story. So maybe we'll see a different game out of them. Maybe that's just how they do it. But these two teams in particular have always been extremely shaky, even though they tend to end up playing well and doing well. So it's very confusing to me. So I'm not entirely sure how to call this game. But speaking of calling the games, we're not doing it until tomorrow's video, so get psyched for that. I'm also going to be wearing some interesting attire tomorrow, so I hope you enjoy that too. Anyways, while you're all here, don't forget to subscribe to NoQuip Sports here on YouTube by clicking the red button below or the little annotation I'm going to put up. You can also check out the videos from the earlier this week in the playlist annotation above as well. And don't forget, like the Facebook page, NoQuip Sports, and also you can follow us on Twitter at NoQuip Sports, where we do a lot of live tweeting of games and all that good stuff. And we go live there. We go live on Facebook and do some games as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hockey's here. I hope you all enjoy that. But anyways, as always, I hope you have a fantastic day, and go football.